Evan Vedder and Anthony Reynolds from Times Like Dying, a great Western that really wowed the crowd. Had a pretty snappy Q&A after that, but it had a great look to it, and it came about in a pretty special way.
It did. You know, I wrote the original script back in like 2006. I was living in California, had access to the Melody Ranch where Deadwood was shot, and then I moved. I was producing another movie and moved back to the East Coast to get that one off the ground and got it made. And then my acting career took off, so I shelved the project for a number of years. And then I was wanting to put a team together here on the East Coast of people to go film to film with, and met another guy in town in Wilmington, Sean Blotzer, and he produced it with me. And then I was going to direct it, but I got just too busy with other things. So we brought Evan, we showed him the script, and the characters resonated with him, and then we kind of molded the story a little bit more and kind of got it down to this, what you saw. And it was a labor of love. We had a lot of fun making it.
A lot of support.
Yeah. A lot of us will talk about that in a second. You had a specific film style in mind when you were looking at this thing.
Absolutely. I think for me, I love the films Clint Eastwood's made, and Unforgiven was a real benchmark.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I went back and really picked that movie apart before we did this, because as a Western, it's like one of those things as a filmmaker, like, man, I really hope someday I get to make a Western, and to get to do it here with, you know, a short film with Tony, and just kind of, I think another big piece of that was trying to figure out how to condense and get the story that we wanted and kind of the depth with the characters into something that was only 20-ish minutes.
Right. It's only 22 minutes, but it's still a slow burner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is what we want.
It's funny you say slow burn. We've had a lot of people use that exact term with us, and you know, we hopefully each character had their own voice. We sculpted them and tried to make them, you know, in their relationship with one another, and it's just like you said, it's kind of a slow burn, but it gets there, and we pack a lot in 22 minutes, I think.
You said something in the Q&A that was amazing. How many drafts did you write?
83.
83?
Yeah.
That's how many of those were my fault?
73. No, you know, but a lot of it was tweaking a scene.
Mm-hmm.
It was tweaking, you know, exposition, or, you know, I had a couple more characters in the film that we combined one character or two characters into one, and then we had to do a lot of recasting, so there's some physicality stuff that needed to be changed. So, you know, it was tweaking it. It wasn't page one rewrites.
Mm-hmm.
But, you know, you do that. You sculpt and you carve and you mold it to what. And we also wanted to keep it under that 20-minute mark, no more than 25, definitely, just for programming and festivals where we hope to be with it. And so we got in at 22, and you know, we're just now starting our festival round.
What did you shoot it with?
We shot it with the Area Alexa, so very high quality. It was plus 2K in terms of the resolution we shot at. And it's just it's a beautiful palette that film camera has. It shoots digital, but it's the closest to film.
There are
really
a couple of just stunning shots, like the wide shot of the cabin at night.
Thank you very much. Yeah. Oh, just actually stay.
I heard a lot of people go, "Wow."
That got
can
we tell you?
I don't know if I want this on tape.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, so the shot of the cabin at night was actually done with an iPhone.
Really?
Yeah. What ended up happening is, so when you're directing something, you really have to think about not just the creativity that's going on and, you know, what's happening with the actors and how you're telling the story, but you've also got to really, to some degree, manage the logistics of what's happening on your set. I've only got actors for so much time. So a wide establishing shot of this cabin at night is not a major priority when I've only got my actors for 4 days.
And we had actors that were on multiple shows at the same time,
coming in and out, you know, schedule things like that. So, you know, every day my AD would come over and say, "Hey, are we going to get this wide shot of the cabin tonight?" And I was like, you know, we need to make sure that we get these scenes done, so let's put that to the next day. So, because I knew that if I had to, I could go back up to that cabin, I don't need any actors, and then get my exterior shot. So when we're editing the film, you know, we were trying to figure out when are we going to schedule to go get this exterior shot wrapped up. And I went back through some of our set picks that we had done, and I found a great shot, during the scout, and I found a great shot taken from an iPhone. And I was like, well, that's the angle that I would have done. So can we throw this into the computer, turn it into a nighttime shot, and just, you know, and can we sell it? And that's how that shot.
So we had Jesse Bond, and he put the moon and the stars, and the flicker in the window, and our fire, and the smoke coming out of the chimney. And it's 2 seconds, maybe 3 seconds, and
it literally was the shot that wowed everybody in the theater.
Well, I've got a friend with CAA in LA, and he saw the final cut of this, and he goes, I don't know how you did that, but that was beautifully orchestrated. He goes, was that even real?
Mhm.
And I had to tell him that no, it wasn't really real, but it was real to a point.
Well, that's the magic of movies.
Yeah,
Right.
exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, how did you guys get involved with the Beaufort International Film Festival?
2 words.
Yeah.
Gary.
Here we go.
Weeks.
Here we go.
Gary and I we've got a movie out together right now, and then we work a lot together in Atlanta. He's just one of my dearest friends in the movie business, and we talk pretty much weekly. And we got invited to Cucaloris, which kind of really compressed our post schedule. And by the time we got done with that, the holidays were here, and I called up Gary and goes, "Man, you guys really got to do Beaufort." And I was like, I missed the deadline, and so he put us in touch with the right people, Ron, and then Ron allowed us to do a late submission, and like a month later, I got the call that we're in. And so, Gary Weeks, Gary loved the film.
Yeah.
He goes, "I'm not doing this because you're my friend." He says, "You got a really good film in your hands." So, I'm like, well, God bless you.
So, Gary, of course, they're making a movie here in the
Yeah.
fall. From what you've seen of Beaufort, nice spot to maybe lend something.
We're
to
just
that.
trying to figure out what we're going to shoot here because it's so picturesque.
Well, you're gonna do Times Like Dying as a feature.
Well, we actually had somebody come up to me after our film and say, "I know somebody that's got the perfect farm for you, and they're looking for a film to come to their property."
Yeah.
And I was like, "Okay, you will help me raise the money now." So,
We're still post-Civil War here.
well, no, and
it's a in terms of just walking down the street,
Mhm.
every single building, the architecture, everything really speaks to the history of the place, and so that's the kind of thing that you need to sell.
Right.
A film that's a period film, and I mean it's a perfect place to do it. So as we've been walking around, this week, I'm watching and I'm going, gosh, that looks like a great street to shoot down, and this is perfect right here, and it's it's so picturesque. I can't wait to see what kind of film comes out of that.
Keep that up. We'll see you here. Hopefully, making a movie someday.
yeah, absolutely. Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
Really appreciate
Thank you
it.
for your time.
All right.
I appreciate it.
Thanks.